But now with the final payment deadline fast approaching, he's falling short.
Well, we just need to keep working, piece by piece, minute by minute.
Eustace Conway became a symbol of freedom for millions of viewers who discovered him on Mountain Men. To the audience, he looked like a man who had escaped modern life and beaten the system by living on his own terms. While fans admired his primitive lifestyle and dedication to old ways, warning signs were quietly building behind the scenes. Neighbors were complaining, officials were paying attention, and questions were being asked that Eustace refused to take seriously. What looked like a dream life on television was slowly turning into a legal and personal nightmare that nearly destroyed everything he had spent decades building. Long before reality TV fame, Eustace Conway had already chosen a path most people would never dare to take. Born in 1961 into an educated upper-middle-class family in South Carolina, his upbringing did not suggest he would reject society entirely. His father worked as a chemical engineer, and his family lived a comfortable suburban life. Still, his parents valued self-reliance and time outdoors, and those early camping trips planted a seed that grew into an extreme commitment to nature. At just 17 years old, Eustace walked away from modern society and moved into the Appalachian Mountains, determined to live exactly as early American pioneers once had. What followed was not a short experiment, but a lifelong mission. Eustace built shelters by hand, hunted and grew his own food, and mastered survival skills that had nearly vanished from modern America. Over time, he became a legend in North Carolina, even riding horseback from the Atlantic to the Pacific, living off the land for years at a time. In 1987, he purchased over 1,000 acres of land and founded Turtle Island Preserve, a place dedicated to teaching traditional skills like blacksmithing, high tanning, tracking, and primitive construction. Schools and adults alike came to learn history by living it, and Turtle Island grew into a respected educational center. Everything changed when Mountain Men premiered in 2012. Suddenly, Eustace was no longer hidden in the mountains. Millions of viewers watched him work, teach apprentices, and live without modern conveniences. While the show portrayed him as a wise survivalist and symbol of independence, the attention brought unwanted scrutiny. Government inspectors and legal authorities began examining Turtle Island closely. Buildings built with traditional methods had no permits. Sanitation and fire safety did not meet modern standards. What Eustace saw as heritage and freedom, officials saw as serious safety violations. As inspectors issued citations and neighbors filed complaints, Eustace refused to compromise. He believed that living traditionally should not require permission from modern systems. The conflict exploded in 2012 and 2013 when Turtle Island Preserve was ordered to shut down to visitors. For Eustace, this was devastating. The preserve was not only his home, but his livelihood and life purpose. Legal battles drained his finances and energy, and the stress was unlike anything he had faced in the wilderness. The situation became so controversial that it led to changes in North Carolina law, creating exemptions for primitive camps. While this helped, it did not erase years of conflict, debt, and forced compromises. Additional legal troubles, including a resurfaced injury lawsuit and a brief trespassing arrest, added to the pressure. Behind the scenes, the man who seemed unstoppable on television was overwhelmed by courtrooms, paperwork, and financial strain. Today, Eustace Conway is in his 60s and still lives at Turtle Island Preserve. The programs continue on a smaller scale, and younger apprentices help carry on his work. He appears less often on Mountain Men, not because he quit, but because age, loss, and years of stress have slowed him down. His story remains a powerful example of how difficult it is to live freely while navigating modern laws. Whether seen as a hero or a stubborn rebel, one thing is undeniable. Eustace Conway stayed true to his path, no matter the cost. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the real story behind Eustace Conway, make sure to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin for more powerful stories like this.